Milano Jones, and welcome to Mia Cucina. Mia Cucina in Italian means my kitchen. And la prima cosa che dobbiamo fare, the first thing that we need to do is to put on the fadale. And I have a beautiful fadale. You know, sometimes we just move slow. And I have a sloth. I love sloth. Look how beautiful it is, the sloth. And the sloth is saying, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. You know, sometimes we're a little slow, but I'm going to tell you, this dish is going to be amazing and delicious. And this is our Ayurvedic week. And in this week, I am going to be showing you how to make different Ayurvedic dishes. And Ayurvedic is, check it out, do your research, because, you know, I am not a nutritionist and I'm not a doctor. But I can tell you this, that I have lost weight with this, and I am in zero medications, and I'm 64 years old. So let me go over the ingredients. What I have is I've taken a can of kidney beans, and I've taken a can of garbanzo beans with the juice, and that's what I have here, guys. And I have not done nothing but just left with the juice. That's what we have right here. Very simple transaction. So 1 can of chickpeas with liquid and 1 can of kidney beans with liquid. They're about 8 to 12 ounces. However, depending on what country you are, I don't know how many it comes. And if you're doing it fresh, I would do a cup each. Then what I have also is I have a tablespoon of olive oil with a teaspoon of ghee, because ghee kind of cleanses everything. I am going to start my power at a medium, so I can get my pan rocking and rolling as I'm explaining what we're doing. The next thing I have here is I have 3 tablespoons of red onions, and I also have a tablespoon of also red onions raw, okay? I also have here a 4 teaspoons of salt, and of course, it's a battavino, and I also have here a 1/4 cup of wine. And earlier, what I did is I just cooked a very simple. I just have some basmati brown rice and also some quinoa, and that's what I have here, because this is what I'm going to be putting this over. And wait till I show you how I'm going to plate this. So the first thing that we're going to do, la prima cosa, remember, la prima cosa in Italian means the first thing. And to put the olive oil in here with my ghee, because I want this to start doing its thing. This is a very simple dish. And while this is heating up, let me tell you something about, did you know that kidney beans with red wine, I'm also going to be utilizing a good 1/4 cup of parsley, is not only refreshing, but cleansing in a savory dish for restoring tissue. Oh yes. And with spring brings all the puffy fevers, between March and April, we have all the puffiness. And puffiness is a common April and May ailment. As blood vessels, they dilate with the rising of temperatures. So there's a lymphatic backup, if I'm saying this correctly, that causes the puffy skins. And beans are an estrogen, which tightens and restores, guys, tissue tone. Beans are high in potassium, reduces water retention. Oh my God, I can go on and go on and go on. So I just want to add my onions in here. This is going to be so easy, so simple. Guys, and we need to give our bodies a break. What got me started in all of this is when I got really, really ill about 2-3 years ago. I had no energy. My body shut down. My entire body shut down. Yes, my body shut down. I was very, very overweight. I was over 220 pounds. And my body shut down, and what I did is I went to an Ayurvedic location for a week, And I was able to be in, by the time I left, I was invited into the kitchen, and I got to learn all these wonderful dishes that I'm going to be bringing you by the beautiful Ayurvedic chef that was there. And I learned so much about health and nutrition. And that's what I want to share with you. So I'm going to have my wine on the side. Remember that 4 teaspoons of salt, and of course my beans. You know, my parents always ate beans. We always ate beans. And, you know, there's something to be said about our parents. You know, our parents, you know, they were smart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my onions, because I'm going to get the benefits of the onions, not only cooked, but I'm also going to get it in, like I said, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. And then I'm going to bring my rice right over here. And when I went to this place, I didn't realize that everything was vegetarian, and I didn't really know what Ayurvedic was. But I knew that I was ill, and I have gone to all kinds of doctors. I had all kinds of work done, and nobody could find anything wrong. My doctor kept saying, there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. Well, obviously there was something wrong, because I could not eat, I could not sleep, I could not do nothing. And that's how I ended up going to North Carolina to this one place. Okay, so now I am going to add my beans. Very easy, simple transactions with the juice and all. I want all the benefits of these beans, because remember, beans are high in potassium. And did you know that it reduces water retention? Yes! Who would have known, right? And that is the reason why, you know, that I want to bring these to you, because it's all about health. Okay, now I'm going to turn this up higher to about a medium high, and I'm going to add my vino. Look at this beautiful red wine. You know, wine is not only good for drinking, but it's also very good for eating. So now that I have this, I am going to cover this baby up. I'm done with the wine. I'm going to grab, oops, let me get my salt. Let's not forget our salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt that goes right in with this. And you know, and you're having health and nutrition, and earlier I brought to you a Tri-Doja wonderful cereal, and then that way you can have that Tri-Doja cereal. But you may want to really look into this, guys, because it's very, very good and healthy. All right, so while that is doing its thing, I want a good here, let me grab a scissors. I want a good 1/4 cup, but I'm not going to measure, because I am using everything organic, and I implore you to do the same, because you definitely want all the benefits of this. And I'm not going to measure on the parsley, because parsley is full of antioxidants, and parsley has got a wonderful, wonderful health benefits all on itself. I'm not going to get into that, but this is going to be a super simple dish, very easy. By the time we're off the air, it's all done. And so anyways, as I was telling you about this location, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was all Ayurvedic, and it was all vegetarian. And the first thing that you had in the morning, they had different things in the morning for those that wanted eggs, but they were not eggs. They were eggs, but they were not eggs. They were vegetarian eggs, or I don't know what kind of eggs, but they were delicious, to say the least. But every day that they would have that cereal that I showed you earlier, and they would also have the kachari, and you will find my kachari recipe by scrolling down in my videos. There is a kachari recipe, it's an Indian recipe. And they would have that for breakfast, and they would have all these wonderful waters, and I already shown you some waters that you can also find them on my YouTube channel. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will find them there. For those that are watching already, I am live. So then what I want to do now is I want to take this, and I want to take a good handful, a good 1/4 cup. A good 1/4 cup. You could smell the wine. Oh, it's just, everything is just marrying together, and it looks like wine, and it smells like wine. It's amazing how something as simple as this can make you feel so good. So then what you're gonna want to do is you're going to move your parsley, because we're going to be utilizing the parsley. We're also going to be utilizing the onion. So what I have here is what I've done is I just took regular, water. I did not use the one from the faucet. I have a filtered water, and I did a cup of brown rice, and I also did a cup of quinoa, and I mixed it all together, because what I'm going to do now is, let me clear the deck so they can be prettier, because I like it to make things that look pretty. It's all about being pretty. I like it to be pretty. I'm going to grab a spoon, and I'm just going to bring a nice 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, because lunch is just, we're going to have lunch, and then you can add some of this right in here like so. Very easy transaction. In the meantime, I am going to check this out. I'm going to taste it. And it's a very simple dish. Very simple dish. I'm going to grab a little bit more of salt, and I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt. I know we used a quarter. I don't like to put a lot of salt, so I'm just going to check it out. So I'm just going to grab a little teaspoon, just like a little teaspoon, just like a little teaspoon like this, and I'm just going to add another little teaspoon. I like to start with the quarter, because what I have used is, excuse me, the beans that I used did not have any salt. If you are going to use salted beans, I would be very careful with how much salt you use. For those that have high blood pressure, I would not have so much salt. All right, now to that, let me taste it again. And now it's perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to put my salt back. Now what you can do is you can get some ghee. I'm going to bring my ghee, because this is how they served it there. They would have the brown rice with the quinoa, and then that will be a dish. The rice and quinoa will be another dish, and then they would have melted ghee. So what I'm going to do is, wait till I show you what I'm going to do. This is almost done. It's already reduced. That's how quickly and fast. When you cannot smell the wine anymore is when it's ready. Yes, and you got this, oh my gosh. I'm going to grab a little scoopy, because I want to get all of this. And then I'm going to shut this off, because that's how quickly that went. And then what we want to do is we want to come in here, and we want to add the juice. Oh yeah, baby. And wait a minute, let's make it even more nicer and prettier. Hold on a minuto, per favore. I'm going to get myself another dish like so I can make it more prettier. And then what I like to do now is I like to take a teaspoon of the ghee, just a teaspoon of the ghee, and just put it right on top of there, because the ghee is going to give that wonderful deliciousness. You can omit the ghee. You don't have to have the ghee, but that place that I went to was they had the ghee. And what is ghee? It is what I use grass-fed certified organic ghee, and that's what I highly recommend you guys do. All right, so then what you do is you bring the little parsley right on top of that, and then you bring your raw onions. You want the benefits of the raw onions. And this entire wonderful dish, guys, it helps you with the puffiness. It helps you, the beans, like I said, it is astringent, which tightens and restores the tissues. And I'm going to show you what it looks like and how simple and easy for your health this kidney beans with red wine and parsley. So you have the parsley in it, you have the parsley on top, and then all you gotta do is get yourself a nice spoon like this and manja. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Kidney beans with red wine and parsley. I want to thank my beautiful sponsors, Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores, Carla Harris with Pharmacy, Soul Angel with Color Street, and Stephen Bailey with Bailey Fishing and Charters. And I want to thank you for joining me in this beautiful, super healthy manjata for us. It is for your